Your mind is not always telling you the truth, especially when you're tired, overwhelmed, stressed, or alone. Let's start here, with a truth most people never learn. Your brain can lie to you, and the most dangerous part? It sounds exactly like you. It uses your voice, your fears, your memories, your insecurities, your exhaustion. And when you're tired, mentally, emotionally, physically, those lies become louder, more believable, more convincing. Today we're talking about the difference between what you think and what's actually real. Because if you don't understand that difference, your own mind can become the biggest villain in your life. Most people think their thoughts are facts. They think if they feel something, it must be true. But your mind isn't designed to make you happy. It's designed to make you safe. And to your brain, safe means no risk, no discomfort, no change, no challenge, no uncertainty. So every time you try to level up, your mind throws warnings at you like fire alarms. You're not ready, you'll embarrass yourself, you're too late, you're too old, you're not good enough. People will judge you, you always fail. What's the point? None of those are facts. They're stories, survival instincts disguised as logic. Your thoughts aren't truth, they're predictions, they're interpretations. They're guesses based on your past. Your brain is basically saying, let's avoid anything that could hurt, even if it could change your life. Have you noticed this? At night, after a long day, when you're drained, exhausted, overstimulated, your thoughts turn darker, your confidence drops, your optimism disappears, your fear increases, your problems feel heavier, your future looks smaller. Not because anything actually changed, but because you're tired. Your brain in exhaustion mode becomes your enemy. It exaggerates danger. It amplifies self-doubt. It makes small things feel catastrophic. It misreads silence as rejection. It mistakes discomfort for failure. It assumes the worst because it has no energy left to process the truth. That's why one of the most powerful rules for mental clarity is this: don't trust your thoughts when you're tired. If you're exhausted, everything looks worse than it actually is. Here's something people rarely understand. When you're hungry, your thoughts become impatient. When you're lonely, your thoughts become self-critical. When you're stressed, your thoughts become catastrophic. When you're insecure, your thoughts become paranoid. When you're overwhelmed, your thoughts become hopeless. But none of those states say anything about your value, or your potential, or your future. Your mind is reacting to your state, not your identity. Feeling broken doesn't mean you are broken. Feeling stuck doesn't mean you are stuck. Feeling lost doesn't mean your life has no direction. Feeling behind doesn't mean you're not capable of moving forward. Feeling insecure doesn't mean you lack potential. Your thoughts change with your environment, your energy, your habits, your stress, so they can't define who you are. Your thoughts are weather. Your identity is climate. Never confuse the two. Alone with your thoughts, that's where trouble begins. Because when no one is there to challenge your fears, your brain starts behaving like an echo chamber. A thought appears, I'm not doing enough. Your brain repeats it, you're definitely failing. It bounces again, you'll never change. And suddenly, this tiny spark of insecurity becomes a fully built reality. This is how a thought becomes a belief. Not because it was true, but because you heard it enough times that it felt true. Loneliness amplifies lies. Isolation turns doubts into identity. If you sit with negative thoughts long enough, they eventually sound like clarity. And that's how people destroy their own potential. Not by lacking talent, or opportunity, or discipline, but by believing every thought their tired mind whispers in the dark. Imagine this. A stranger on the street shouts, "You're worthless." You would ignore them. You would walk past them. You wouldn't think, oh wow, this random person must be right. But when your own brain says the same thing, you treat it like absolute truth. Why? Your brain produces thousands of thoughts a day. Most of them are automatic. Most of them are noise. Most of them are emotional. Most of them are old patterns being recycled. You don't have to believe every thought. You don't even need to engage with it. Some thoughts are simply mental spam. And like spam, the best response is delete, move on, do not click. Think about this. A person can feel insecure and still build confidence. A person can feel fear and still show courage. A person can feel overwhelmed and still move forward. A person can feel doubt and still make progress. The biggest misconception in self-growth is believing that thoughts dictate behavior. No, behavior shifts identity. Identity shifts thoughts. Action creates evidence. Evidence builds belief. Belief rewires the mind. You don't need perfect thoughts to create a better life. You need consistent actions. Your mind says, you can't change. Your actions say, watch me. Your mind says, you're not good enough. Your actions say, I'll improve. Your mind says, you will fail. Your actions say, I will still try. Thoughts don't shape reality. Actions do. Here's the turning point. You don't have to control your mind. You just need to stop letting it control you. You can notice a thought without obeying it. You can feel fear without surrendering to it. You can experience doubt without collapsing under it. You can hear negativity without accepting it. When a thought says, you're not ready, you can respond, that's just fear talking. When a thought says, you always mess things up, you can say, that's my past speaking, not my future. When a thought says, you're alone, You can remind yourself, no, I'm just tired. You reclaim power by questioning the voice inside you, instead of automatically bowing to it. The moment you separate yourself from your thoughts, you begin to truly understand your mind. And you finally start living your own life, instead of the one your fears designed for you. A thought is not an instruction. A thought is not a prediction. A thought is not destiny. A thought is a signal. Fear signals that something matters. Doubt signals that you're leaving your comfort zone. Stress signals that your load is too heavy. Sadness signals that something needs attention. Overthinking signals lack of clarity. Negativity signals lack of rest. But the signal is not the truth, and it's definitely not the end. When you treat thoughts as messages instead of orders, you regain control. Your mind lies when you're tired, when you're scared, when you're stressed, when you're uncertain, when you're changing. And that's okay, because your thoughts are not your reality. Your actions are. Your choices are. Your habits are. Your values are. Your growth is. So the next time your brain whispers, you can't, you're not enough, you'll fail, just pause, take a breath, and remind yourself, that's not reality, that's just a tired mind talking. And if this helped you, if it hit you, opened your eyes, or made you rethink your thoughts, then do one thing. Leave a like, write a comment about the thought you're letting go of, and subscribe for more videos like this. Your life won't change just because you think differently, but it will change the moment you start acting despite what your mind says.